Hey, I'm Abby and welcome back to the Life Work Balance YouTube channel. Today I want to talk to you about Google's new interview preparation tool, Interview Warmup. This is a free resource that is available for you to use to prepare for an interview. Before we jump into it, please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you're looking forward to learning about this new free resource. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as the bell so that you can receive life work balance advice delivered directly to you every week. So what is Interview Warmup? Well, based off of the FAQ on the Interview Warmup page, Interview Warmup is really a tool that lets you practice answering common interview questions. As I've mentioned in many of my videos before, practicing before your interview is key to overall interview success. It helps you improve your confidence, it helps you prepare possible answers, and those two things combined help set you up for success for the in-the-moment interview situation. When it comes to using Interview Warmup, you can transcribe or type your answers to these common interview questions, and then you can get feedback. Now, this feedback is not very detailed, but it is helpful because it might be able to pick out job-related terms that you use, it highlights words that you use most frequently, and it identifies various areas of your answers as talking points that you used during your response. So these talking points might be skills, experience, lessons learned, etc. This does not record and save your answers. If you want to save your answers, you can copy and paste them or print a hard copy. And it's really a way to just get used to saying your answers. It's also a way to start thinking about possible questions that could be asked based off of the industry that you're going into. So let's go ahead and visit the Interview Warmup page so you can see what it looks like. So right off the bat, if you haven't used Interview Warmup before, it will likely ask you to ensure that your microphone is enabled on this website so that it can actually transcribe what you have to say. And from this home page, you can either click Start Practicing and you can launch into the different types of questions that you could answer, or you can scroll through and learn how to use the program. If you scroll, it gives you some insight on how this program works. It tells you about how you can gain insights about your answers. And then it also gives you suggestions on how you might be able to keep improving through continuous practice. So let's go ahead and look a little bit deeper into how we can practice these questions. First, you need to select the field that you would like to practice questions for. We've got data analytics, digital marketing and e-commerce, IT support, project management, UX design, cybersecurity, and general. Because I'm not an expert in any of the things above general, I'm going to go ahead and select general. Now from here, you have a couple of options. You can either start and practice 5 random interview questions, or you can see all of the questions. Let's go ahead and look at all of the questions. From here, under general, as of this recording date, there are 14 questions that are both background-oriented and situational-oriented. Situational questions are those behavior-based or situation questions. They likely start off with, tell me about a time when. I can either view all of these questions or I can filter it. I can look at the background-specific questions or the situational-specific questions. So again, the situational-specific questions are those behavior-based or situation-based questions where you will want to use the star or the car approach. Background questions, while they may still use the star or the car approach, are more about you as a human and a person. Now, one of the things that you can do is you can choose to answer these questions individually, or you can go through and practice 5 random questions. Let me show you what it looks like for me to answer this tell me about yourself question and the sorts of insights it provides.
Can you please tell me a bit about yourself?
From here, you see that I have the option to either answer with my microphone or I can type my answer. I'm going to answer with my microphone. Yes, my name is Abby, and before I begin, I want to thank you for meeting with me today. I'm very excited about this opportunity, and I believe I am a highly qualified candidate as well as a good fit for your team and organizational culture. Currently, I'm a board-certified coach, and I run my own coaching and consulting firm, Life Work Balance. I work with individuals across the world to help them find jobs that are the best fit for them, improve their confidence, and prepare for the interview and hiring process, and I help them set their goals and plan for their own personal and professional development. In addition to the work I do with individuals, I also provide training and consulting for organizations in a variety of topics like burnout, emotional intelligence, and leadership development. I have extensive experience working in human resources, recruiting, and learning and development. I bring with me experience from several public sector entities, including the military, federal and local governments, as well as local universities. I obtained my master's degree in clinical mental health counseling, and I have a specialization in career counseling. I believe my past experience, coupled with my current role as a career coach and consultant, sets me up to partner, collaborate, and innovate with your existing team to provide creative and cutting-edge coaching and development opportunities for employees at all levels of your organization. Now I'm going to click Done.
Okay, thank you.
And then you can see what your answer is, how it transcribed it. You can even edit your answer. So if I were to click edit, let's say that I had this response typed up and I wanted to just get some insights about it. I could copy and paste what I wanted my answer to be into there to get some insights, or I can look at what it came out as when I was transcribing it in real time. From there, I can see the insights about this question. Job-related terms, so it highlights words that are relevant to job interviews in many different fields. Then you can also look at the most used words. So these are the words that you've used 3 or more times, which, like it mentions, is not necessarily a bad thing. It's just highlighting words that you use frequently and then giving you ideas or suggestions on words that you could potentially use instead. And then it also highlights your talking points. So for example, in my response, I touched on my experience, skills, and interests. And if I wanted to touch on some lessons learned or some goals, you can see that those areas were missing from this response. So if I click experience, it highlights the moments where I talked about that experience. It highlights where I may have talked about my skills, and then also highlights areas where I've talked about interests. When I click lessons learned or goals, because those are not highlighted, I didn't talk about those during my response, and so it tells me that talking points are not detected. However, it does give me the option to see examples of things that I could say when talking about those missing sections. So, have you played with Interview Warmup? If you have, let us know what you think. Has it worked well for you for interview preparation? If not, are you looking forward to using this as a free resource for your interview preparation? If you have any additional thoughts, comments, ideas, or suggestions on how people might be able to use Interview Warmup to prepare for their upcoming interviews, please throw them in the comments box below. I love receiving comments, and while I might not be able to get back to you individually, just know that your comments may help someone who's going through something similar in the future. If you found this video helpful, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you're looking for more customized career coaching or interview preparation, please consider signing up for an interview strategy session with me. I've listed my website as well as my email in the description box below, so you can reach out to me directly through email, or you can schedule a session with me directly through my website. I have limited slots available each week to work with clients on their interview preparation and career coaching, so if that's something you're interested in, contact me as soon as possible. If you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as the bell so that you can continue to receive life-work balance advice delivered directly to you every week. Thanks, and I'll see you next week.